The abuse of greatness is when it separates remorse from power, and when young ambition people uses the ladder to climb upwards, and then he turns his face once he attained the upmost rung and lets the ladder behind him, turning his back to it, looks in the clouds, scorning the base by which he did ascend. These are words from Brutus in Julius Caesar, Shakespeare's play, Act 1, Act 2, Scene 1. Brutus is very much in conflict with himself, seeing that Rome is gonna change radically after his friend and family has brought it all that success, now turning against it in that way that he want to be crowned king, solemn leader. And he said, shall Rome stand under one man's awe? Rome, my ancestors did from the streets of Rome, the Tarquin drive, when he was called king. Speak, strike, redress. To speak and strike, O Rome, I make thee promise. I was reading in this part of Julius Caesar, and my thoughts flew directly to the United States and the conditions of change that it is going under. And I kept reading and reading forth and back, and I could see more and more signs showing how the similarities are. Not only the United States have taken its ideals and basic society rule from the old Roman ways, but it has also gone into a phase where there are things being shaken very much up in so great depths that it could affect it inside. And I'm sure there are great men there who are thinking the same thoughts as these leaders in the old Roman Republic, Cicero and Casca and Cassius. And we have Casca talking to Cicero. Are you not moved by all the order of earth shake like a thing unfirm? O Cicero, I have seen tempest, the winds, when the scolding winds have rived the knotty oaks, and I have seen the ocean swell and rage and foam, to be exalted, raised as high as the threatening clouds. But never till tonight, never till now, did I go through a tempest, dropping fire. Either there is a civil strife in heaven, or else the world, too saucy with the gods, enrages them to send destruction. So here Casca is seeing the signs of earth going hand in hand with what's going on in the heavens. Some bad omens are working their way to life on earth. Some great event is gonna take place, and so they can see the omens in that storm that is carrying fire with it. It's the thunder at the same time. And yet Casca is not impressed by that alone, and Cicero goes to ask him, have you seen more bizarre things? Casca replies, well, I saw a common slave in his dreams, or in the visions he got, held up his left hand, which did flame and burn like 20 torches joined, and yet his hand, not sensible of fire, not feeling the fire, remained unscorched. I have not since put up my sword against the capital. I met a lion who gazed upon me and went surely by without annoying me or harming me, and they were drawn, 100 ghastly women together, transformed with their fear, who swore they saw men all in fire walk up and down the streets, and yesterday the bird of night, the owl, did sit in, even at noonday upon the marketplace, hooting and shrieking. When these extraordinary events do so congenially meet, let not men say these are their reasons, they are natural, for I believe they are warnings of things unto the climate that they point upon. Here he's giving examples from things that are extraordinary to be seen or looked at. as a sign of what also is going to happen on earth. And they are also conflicted because Casca has been the main agitator behind stopping Caesar from taking all the power, concentrating it in his hands, and misusing Rome's unique place as that country of freedom and righteousness, respect, and understanding. And Cicero, he agrees with him. Indeed, it's a strange disposed time, but men may interpret things after their fashion, clean from the purpose of the things themselves. And so they start speaking about is Caesar is going to be crowned. So they are going against the situation, and then Caesar goes home, and Cassius enters, another person in the play that has something to do with what's going on. What night is this? A very pleasant night to honest men. Whoever knew the heavens menace so? Those that have known the earth so full of faults. For my part, I have walked about the streets, submitting, exposing myself unto the perilous night, says Cassius, and unbuttoned. I have bared my bosom to the thunderbolt, and when the cross blue Rhine lightning seemed to open the breast of heaven, I did present myself, even in the aim of very flash of it, exposing himself to what heaven has to tell, knowing that something inside them is also not in order. It's in a big conflict, as they also can feel very strongly. And Casca tries to expose why he's doing so, saying, why do you so much tempt the heavens? Is it part of men to fear and tremble? When the mighty God by tokens send such dreadful heralds, messengers, to astonish us. And Cassius do not like this way of talking. They say, you are ignorant. The sparks of life that should be in a Roman, you do lack, or else you use not. It's like you have lost your guts and you have lost your bravery. You're not really that type of Roman that should stand against tyranny, whatever it costs, by also exposing yourself to the omens from heaven on what's going to happen politically the next day. And he gives more and more signs of that it is Julius Caesar he is talking about after his victories, coming home, wanting to take over. And now Cassius is going to interpret this for his friend, who is already in understanding this, as we saw in the earlier conversation, but maybe giving Cassius the place to really unfold his own thoughts on this as well, saying to him, you could consider the true cause why all these fires, why all these gliding goats, why birds and beasts change their character and nature, why old men become fools and children see their future, why all these things change from their ordinary state, their natures are performed faculties, to monstrous qualities. Why? You shall find that the heaven has infused them with these spirits to make them instruments of fear and warning unto some wicked state. Now could I name thee a man most like this dreadful night, that thunders, lightens, open graves, and roars, as does the lion in the Capitol, a man no mightier than thyself or me, in personal action, yes, yet threatening, grown, and fearful, as these strange eruptions are. And then Casca very politely says, this Caesar that you mean, is it not, Cassius? Let it be who it is, for Romans now have thews and limbs like to their ancestors. But woe the while, our fathers' minds are dead, and we are governed with our mothers' spirits. Our yoke and sufferance show us womanish. It's like they are submitting where they shouldn't submit. They should be the lions of Rome, the people who go against the tyranny and concentration of power in the one man's hand. Casca goes on, enticing him more. Indeed, they say the senators tomorrow mean to establish Caesar as a king, And he shall wear his crown by sea and land in every place, save here in Italy. Cassius, Cassius from bondage will deliver Cassius. Therein, ye gods, you make the weak most strong. Therein, ye gods, you tyrants do defeat. Nor stony tower, nor walls of hardened brass, no airless dungeons, no strong link of iron can be restrained, retentive to the strength of spirit. But life, being weary of these worldly bars, never lack power to dismiss itself. The part of tyranny that I do bear, I can shake off at pleasure. It's like he's saying, if I can change the conditions, I can change my existence by relieving myself from being under the submission and sufferance of a leader that do not represent the ideals that I am part of, or so see myself a Roman. And Cassius go on reflecting on this, saying, why should Caesar be a tyrant then? Poor man. I know he would not be a wolf if he didn't see the Romans are but sheep. We were no lion, were no Roman hens. Those that will haste will make a mighty fire. Begin it with the weak straws. What trash is Rome? What rubbish of that when it serves for the base metals to illuminate so vile a thing as Caesar? O grief, what hast thou led me? I perhaps speak this before a willing bondman, then I know my answer must be made. But I'm odd, and dangers are to me indifferent. So he make him speak up his mind, truly about what he thinks about the current conditions and the crowning of Caesar. They do not want to change the basis of the republic, but they are nonetheless being changed. And so they use the omens of heavens and what they are seeing in their dreams, and finding that boldness and bravery inside them as the freed citizens they are, because it comes with a cost, and seeing that they have put away how they were raised by their mothers and becoming so womanish, weak, and submissive in their behavior. And they are like knowing they are going into a conflict that will shake things up for good and never return it back to its natural cause again. It's like things are changing forever. And my God, how much my thoughts go to the United States and what's boiling inside it, of what we others do not know unless we read Shakespeare and understand what is going on today by what was going on then, and how this very fictitious but still very realistic play can tell us on how men react to men, and how the courage can be gathered and found in the omens of nature, and the spirits that comes and shows people the visions of their destiny or what they should do. And so in the end, Cassius, who is putting all this together, calls on his friend to say, come, let's go, we need this very important person, that's Brutus. They want him on their side, and they have been since the beginning of the play, especially Cassius, trying to make him rebel and entice him to understand that he has to move against that tyrannical aspect that is taking over Rome. And he says to him, come, Casca, you and I will yet, before daybreak, see Brutus at his house. 3 parts of him is already ours, but the man entire, upon the next encounter, will be yield. That means he's almost ours, but when we finished talking to him now, or the next encounter, he will be with us altogether. And Casca has this remark on Brutus that's very special, actually. He says, he sits high in all the people's hearts, and that which could appear offense in us, his support, like richest alchemy, will change to virtue and to worthiness. Him and his worth, and our great need of him, you have right well realized. So they could see that whatever he does, it becomes accepted. It's like alchemy in a way that changes bad metal into gold and precious metals. So his deeds are like being seen as good by people. It's a very strange thing. He can do things that others can do but fail in. But with him, they all change into becoming something very precious and understandable. So people change their opinion when it's this special person doing it. And we can ask ourselves our same questions today. Are these people facing the same situation today as they did in Shakespeare? And are these people leading, able to change the opinions like alchemy, doing deeds that they can do only because they have this magical ability in their personalities, because they sit high in people's hearts? What will appear offense is changed to virtue and to worthiness with him. Big questions. That was just a thought, a shared idea from reading this part of Shakespeare, revisiting these old sites. And of course, the play goes on, and all of us who have seen and know the play or seen the movie will know what happens. But it's so special to highlight these literate sites when we are in special times where things are going to change, as they seemingly are already.